Welcome back to Vintage Story and my single player world. It's time to build an English greenhouse. We have greenhouses in Vintage Story that serve a particular purpose, which is to make the earth within the greenhouse 5 degrees warmer than outside, and this enables people who live in cold climates to grow crops more easily. Now, I live in a very, very hot climate, so the last thing I want is what I would call a Vintage Story greenhouse. But I like collecting flowers, as you know, so what I want to do is to build what I call an English greenhouse to show my flowers off. Now, I have set out where I want to build my greenhouse, so we are going to come over here. I can hear some growling, so there may still be some drifters around. Oh, hello. Yeah, go away. You're only going to come up behind me. Let's just get rid of this thing. Tell you, I have gone through so many nights of having these things growling at me. Look at that, nothing. Wonderful. Right. I have set the greenhouse out here. We're going to have it on this slight rise, and it is 113 in height. I have picked that height because my tree farm over here is 113, so it matches the tree farm, this sort of level plane over here. And what we're going to do is, I've laid it out. We're going to have a door here and a door at the other end. This in between is the grass that we will leave in the greenhouse. Many greenhouses actually have grass and other things as their bases. So the next thing to do, not throw that. This is one of the free scythes that I have found in ruins, and I must say I'm deeply grateful for it. Now, most greenhouses have fairly dark wood. They would be built of cedar, but that's no use here, and also things like the redwood are just going to be too pink. I want a dark wood for this, so this is what we've chosen. Now, I could have done what I've done in greenhouses before, put tables all along here with plant pots on the top, but that's not what I want to do in this case. I want this to look like a planting bed in here. My house, as you know, is ultra modern. This greenhouse is more 19th century, 1800s than modern. You will find in England, even if they have very modern houses, most gardeners absolutely love traditional greenhouses. So that's what we're going to build. Now, I'm hoping that all this will stop anything from manifesting in here. Oops, hello. Just get you the right way round. Almost there. Right, that looks good to me. Okay, now the big issue with English greenhouses is the sheer volume of glass that we need. And I have been brewing up glass. I may not have enough. We will have to have a look at that. I've been doing a lot of terraforming, hence all the earth on in my bar here. Right, okay, let's put this back in there. Actually, not there. We'll put that in there. Good. Now, thinking about all this, I have been boiling up glass, amongst other things. Right, let's look at this. Look at all my beautiful tools now. Let's come round here, see if this is done. Yes. I'm going to need so much glass, it's just not true. And I don't think I have enough yet. I've done some more meteoric iron over here because I made, oh, whoops, a little bit more powerful than I thought. Okay, yes, it's been going like the clappers, this health hammer. Let's just get these over here on this pile. Right, and we don't need our saw. I have reorganized all this to try and get it in an order. So chisels, hammers, iron picks, shovels, they're not iron picks, let me sure I can, axe, saw, and I would call those gardening implements, prospecting, a couple of oddities, the tool rack with the wrench and the cleaver, and then some spears. 36 there, yeah, I mean each side is 15. We're going to have so much glass. I can't put those into one again, can I? No. No, okay, they can stay there. So I've got a stack of glass and it is going to be nowhere near enough. The thing about English greenhouses is they are glass houses. And maybe in fact I should call this an English glass house, not a greenhouse, because it is very different from a greenhouse. Now, the way these things are laid out, I hope this looks all right, is we would go up by 2 there. Yeah, and we're going up 2, so that if we plant something here that is too high, we allow for that. And obviously if we had to extend this, if they put many, many more flowers in the game, and wouldn't that be nice, then we would be able to extend it perfectly. Now, I've got my flowers sort of, or some of them, parked outside my back door at the moment, which is not ideal. Right, that all comes up. Wow. Yeah, we are going to spend hours cooking up glass for this. Yeah. Another 32, great. Leap over. Yep. Here we go. Right, that's got the base of it done. Another one under there. Now we go up from here. So we would take one there. And English glass houses always have this sort of conical shape at the top. Right, that's got the base of it laid out there. So it's going to be quite a tall structure. Now, I'm just going to see if this looks all right from the house, because it's one thing to think that you've got it placed correctly and that it looks right. It's another thing as to whether it actually does look right. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, that placement is fine. I wanted it level with this door. But my goodness, we need a lot more glass because it's going to go right up from there. Now we can actually plant out all our plants. Do we put them in alphabetical order? I think we don't. Let's take a golden poppy, catmint, these are almost in our alphabetical order, cornflower. No, it will go, that's cornflower as well. Cow parsley. Let's move that off my bar. Lily of the valley. Forget me not. Yeah, that is not in alphabetical order. That would come later. I know I shouldn't be fussy about this. Heather. So that is forget me not, yes. Heather. Red top grass, nice. Wild daisy. That probably goes at the end. And then the lupins, we'll deal with those in a minute. They need to go together, obviously, so that we can see all the different sides. So how we're going to lay it out is we're going to leave a little bit of space to start with. And I do have, for here, I'm not sure whether that shouldn't be inset. We'll have a look at that later. Right, let's start laying out our flowers here. We don't have to keep strictly to this order, but let's just start. So I'm putting these, because I call them California poppies, catmint, cornflower, beautiful, cow parsley, lily of the valley, heather, and the new red top grass, which is lovely. Right, let's go and get some more flowers. Who wouldn't want more flowers? So we've got as far as the red top grass, which we like. All right, now let's have a look. I think the next thing we'll do are the lupins, where we would want one. So I've got blue, orange, white, red, and purple. All right, I might change that order. So we've got orange, red, white, purple, blue. Yeah, just change those two over. That'll do. And then we've got the red top grass. We want the orange mallow, woad, of course. I'm going to leave these two dwarf firs. Yep, lily of the valley and wild daisies. Right, can I get a wild daisy in there? If I move that out temporarily, I can. Wild daisy. Okay. I think the cacti, rafflesia and crotons we will deal with slightly separately, and we may actually have a different greenhouse for those. They are very, very exotic plants. So if we start with the blue lupin, purple, nice, white, red, orange, yeah, that goes with the orange mallow, and the woad, looking good. Now we've got dwarf firs, which will go there, lily of the valley, yeah, and wild daisies. I think we'll put the wild daisy on this side. That is already looking spectacular. Okay, we've not put a ferns in here. Let's go and see what else we've got. Now there's 8 crotons. Do we want crotons in here? I'm not sure we do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could move one of these across and we could get the crotons in. They almost need their own house, like a sort of orchids have their own house. Let's go and get some crotons. And then we've got those 2 rafflesia. Cacti, I think, should go in a separate place. Right, let's go and have a look. All right, 1. But let's go and put our crotons in. This is such a fun thing to do, I have to say. You know I love collecting flowers. And I think we will start at which end with the crotons? I think we'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know there's 8 of them. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I will find out the 8th one. I know I've got it. I know I've got it somewhere. And it will go in that corner. Very nice. They're very, very vibrant, aren't they? And I think we'll balance them on the other side by putting the Rafflesia in, because they are very, very huge, vibrant plants. So let's have a look at those. That's probably my missing one. We will come back. I can see me going around looking at every single croton I've got over this. Yeah, and we've got a brown one, and then this absolutely startling bright red. Let me make sure that I've got everything. I have. All right. Let's check. Put these two in. So we've got all the lighter plants at this end. Now we're missing Edelweiss, and we know that we've got perhaps 2 more to come. So let's put the bright red one there and the brown one there. They look wonderful. Yeah, and we have room for Edelweiss and acanthus. But we might also get a dandelion, so we might have to move this back and put another one in. So far so good. I hope this goes green. I'm unconvinced it will, but let's see what happens over time. Right, so we have a roofless, the beginnings of a very, very nice greenhouse. That is going to look spectacular. I'd better get back to boiling up some more glass. One of the things that you will always find with gardeners is that they will have a bench that they can sit on and admire things, and they will also have chests. I'm going to take some chests with me. Let me see if I can just get rid of some of this. That's it, as a starting point. Right, chests. Now, in here, there, I've got terra preta, I've got compost, I've got bone meal, and I've got lime. I'm not sure about the lime actually, but I've got a fair amount, and I want the chalk. Right, I want to go and put some chests and label them, because they will be gardener's chests. Now we could build a separate potting shed, but I'm more inclined to put the chests down the side. That's right, here. Okay, so let's start in the middle. 1 there, 2, 3. Oops. No, I want them absolutely straight on. So the first one will be terra preta. The second one will be compost. The third one will be bone meal. Welcome to a beautiful morning on Vintage Story. Look at this, that's a cloud, not a mountain. The sun is rising in the east behind my mountains, and my glasshouse is complete. So we have a little path up to the glasshouse. We walk in. Yes, it's all going nice and green. We've got our flowers safely inside the glasshouse, protected against the elements, where we can show them off. But round the side, of course, we have the classic gardener set up. We have a potting bench. We have terra preta. we have compost, we have bone meal. In here we have an empty chest, and in here, of course, compost, commonly known as rot. So we have all the additional bits that gardeners always have. Now, the other thing we have, of course, are a few flowers just scattered around the edge. This part will come up, but I'm leaving it there as an experiment to see what the water does in the next reiteration. Look at that. That is very, very pretty. I think we need a little more path coming down here to here that will link with this path. Let's have a look at it from up above. I think that looks pretty spectacular, and I think it fits in well. Let's go and look at it from the viewpoint that I had chosen to align it with. Wow, look at that, guys. And we will have a garden that leads up to it. I think we need a couple of ornamental ponds on either side now, because that's a fairly formal structure. I think it melds in well with this build. I have added a path and a couple of ornamental ponds. Let's go and have a look. We're almost there on this structure. Just got a little bit more to do. Here we go. Yeah. I've put ponds on either side. I am still scything out the grass in this area, because where you have ponds like this, you don't want grass. And what I've done in here is I have put water lilies and some papyrus, and the same over here. There's some papyrus and a couple of water lilies. They are not supposed to be equal in any way, shape or form. We have a little path leading up, but one thing I do want to do is to change the orientation of the door. I want it to be indented, so I think if I set it in from this side, yeah, that looks so much better. So we have this nice greenhouse, and we can wander in on a cold rainy day. I'll put a couple of lights in here, but I'm going to have to wait on that. And we've got all the flowers at the moment, with the exception of one croton, which I know I've got somewhere, and Edelweiss, which is the rarest of all to find. Is that grass? It is. You are not going to exist there, grass. I hadn't realised that the grass would come in. Come on, look at these pretty flowers. So gorgeous. I have to say, I think that Saraty does most of the designing of the flowers, and she certainly did all the original ones. It's absolutely beautiful. So I think that is a very, very nice addition to our build. I think, oh wow, yeah, it looks good. By keeping to the same wood, the ebony, and the same glass, it does pick up the characteristics of this build. And I think that's quite important, even though it's a different style. This is what I would call Victorian and this is modern, but I think they go together. So I am immensely pleased with that. I think that's a great addition to the area. Let me know whether you like it as well. Let me have your views. Tell me what you think. And above all, if you do like it, leave a like and consider subscribing to me. Bye bye.